Hanny and Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Monday. Nice weekend out. Do I look tan?
You know what? I thought you got a little bit of sun. I had
A
a
little
lot of
sun?
sun
Yeah.
yesterday.
Ooh.
A
Were
lot
you
yesterday. Max and I were out and about all day.
out and about? Now describe out and about.
Well, what was the first thing? Because I let him. He actually got up early for him on a Sunday morning. He was
Which
up
is
by 11:30 a.m. Which you get him up on a weekend before it's afternoon. Wow, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, why are you up this early?
yep.
So he wanted to go to the fitness center. So we went to the fitness center, worked out there a little bit, took him to the football field, threw the ball around. We played some basketball outside. So that was nice. Oh God. So he wanted to race me. Now keep in mind, I have beaten his ass running. Like he can't, he's never beaten me. Never beaten me. 14 years old. I always give him shit. It's like, dude, you are so. It's like, I'm an old man. I'm almost 52 years old. We
Almost
hadn't
52,
raced.
right?
I'm almost 52. So we hadn't raced, I think, this year since like like maybe last fall. And I'd beat him by a few yards. Like he was getting closer. He was getting closer and maybe may have tied me a couple of times.
Yep.
But he's like, come on, well, let's race. And it's like, dude, I'm going to kick your ass. You know
Okay.
I'm going to. You know,
Yep.
why are we even doing this? Anyway, we go and he's ahead of me. And I'm jumping and I can't pull even with him. I can't pull even with him. And then he pulls this. Then he gets a little bit further ahead and does a little wave bye-bye to me as I'm chugging to try to catch his little punk ass. And then I'm pissed. I'm like, we're going again. And I go back. Same thing happens. I'm sitting there struggling, like he's just ahead of me, and I can't quite. He's hit that threshold that I got you, old man. I got you. And then we did it a third time, and I almost had a stroke. I'm like, okay, yeah,
I was going to say,
you got me.
if I were to give Max some advice right now, I would say that he should check your life insurance policies before attempting any of these kind of runs again, because honestly,
No,
we're flirting with
well,
death here. If
now
you're
here's
out doing this.
what's interesting. I do run a little. I don't go running, but I usually
Oh, me
finish
too.
my workouts. I usually finish my workouts with sprints.
Yeah.
And I found out something kind of which I think is crazy,
Yeah.
but kind of makes sense
What,
that
working out is crazy? I
90%,
agree.
no,
Oh.
not working out is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh.
90% of US adults never sprint again after the age of 30. Once you pass 30 years old, you never sprint again. That doesn't seem correct to me, but doesn't shock me at the same time because you don't, I mean, I
Well,
it's kind
I look at it from this point of view. 90% of adults in the United States after 30 generally have a car. And who would give a shit about having to sprint anywhere for any
Well, no,
reason?
it's just because people get on workout part of running. Like even if you're a distance runner, or you like to go for jogs. Usually, you kind of kick it in at the end of any run. You try to sprint, like you're jogging. You're jogging. Okay, I'm going to see how hard I can go here. Test yourself a little bit, and that just surprised me that high a percentage after the age of 30 that was a no-go.
Yeah.
That was kind of
Yeah.
nuts. But anyway, so yeah, he kicked my ass at sprinting. I still beat him in basketball, so I had that going for me. Um,
Let's get back to
but
the
then I
idea
took
of
him.
needing to sprint after 30.
Well,
Um,
just it's part of
I
working out. Yeah.
I'm not going to be chased by a tiger or a cheetah. I'm not going to be running from any law enforcement. Um, I'm not. I, I'm trying to think of a reason for me to sprint after 30. Can you help?
Mhm. Yeah, when you exercise, running is good for you. Jogging is
Well,
good, and I don't even like
I'll tell you
going
what.
occasionally doing that. You don't even have to do it a lot,
Let's
just
let's
a
take a
few
look at
times a
my
week.
let's take a look at my Sunday for reference, and we'll
Okay,
see maybe the difference of exercise. Me,
okay.
I got up. I did a great presentation. Got that all finished and wrapped and ready to ship. After which, I went out and I surveyed the land. I took a look
Hmm.
over what needed to be done here at the homestead.
Yeah.
Um, Jumped on a John Deere. Started with heavy industrial bucket activities, which I'm getting a little better
But
at.
What are those? What are bucket activities?
moving dirt, moving the
Oh,
earth,
okay.
making things
Okay.
happen, right? That's me in command of
Hmm.
a rather large implement. And,
Okay.
well, I call myself gifted like Rembrandt using this thing yet? No, not quite like that yet. Not quite like that yet. And then after, okay, so break in the middle of it. Out comes the chainsaw. That's right. All over the yard. Over here, over there, everywhere you need to go. I'm chainsawing the whole place. Got all that done. Even down by the lake. Amazing. After that, I go buy some shelf brackets. Put a shelf up almost evenly in the basement, which was good.
Okay. Did
Um,
any of the books fall
no books.
after you put the? Oh
Books.
no.
Who the hell wants books on a shelf? I got die-cast cars on
What are
that shelf.
bookshelves? What they?
Oh, it's die-cast cars.
Okay. Right.
And it's in a closet, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
They're just like extra die-cast cars.
Hmm.
And then after that, what did I do? I sat in the and through all that, 2 Pellegrinos and a cigar.
Oh, well, good for
So,
you. Well, that's it. That's
You
not a
play
bad
your
Sunday,
games,
actually.
you get beat by your kid running and all that kind of stuff. I get the man exercise, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
have
I
a
did do it now.
Did you have a do-rag on when you were doing all this?
No, I did
I
not.
was
There
gonna
was no
say, 'cause
do-rag.
that would be
No, I
your
go.
look, you know.
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't worn it. I should. I'm thinking I should pick some up though for summertime.
You'd look cool.
I yeah.
You'd look cool. You would.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I did take him. I let him drive a little more. Actually, he drove probably more this weekend than he has total.
Was there
Because I let him go on the road like a
Ooh.
round the block, like a it's out in the kind of out in the country. So there wasn't a lot of traffic, but I let him get it up to about 45,
Wow.
and which for a 14-year-old,
That's
I
moving.
mean, yeah, he was, and he handles it well. And I was thinking, so I had one of those moments where I'm sitting in the passenger seat watching him, and he's handling it well. And then I have these flashbacks because I was, and Alexa would attest to this, when he was really little, like on the playground at like 2 years old. I kind of was a bit of a helicopter dad
Oh, you have to
for
be.
some
Yep.
weird reason. But she would like be like, no, dude, she was like, let him go, let him go. He falls, just let him go. And that was, for some reason, that was a little difficult for me to do at the time. Now it's like do a complete 180. I'm like,
That's
I'm just
good.
sitting there relaxed watching this kid drive, but literally both our lives are in his hands. So it was an interesting between that and him kicking my ass in a sprint. That was it was one of those kind of, wow, this kid is growing up, and I'm not fully ready for it yet. I don't think.
All right. Well,
I'm
I'm
getting
here to
more
hold you.
comfortable.
I'm here to hold you if need be.
Okay, thanks. I
All right,
appreciate that. All
All
right.
right. You gonna lay some news
Ready?
on us today or what?
Yeah, let's do it. Iran launched more than 300 drones and missiles against Israel on Saturday. It was the first direct attack on Israel from Iran. There were reports of only minimal damage as Israelis' air defense shot down an estimated 99% of those missiles. How is Israel going to respond to this? That's still kind of up in the air. There's a little bit of tension there for a while on Saturday. Nobody knew what was going to go on. What was this? Is this the beginning of World War III? Who the hell knows? But it didn't end up, again, there didn't end up being a lot of damage. Now, is Israel going to come back with a barrage of missiles that actually hit targets today, which they can do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Or are they going to be a little bit more measured? I don't know. And I don't know, like, it's a weird thing because they go above and beyond at times, but at the same time, you kind of understand it because you're kind of surrounded. You're like the target in the Middle East for a lot of these countries. So I don't know. I have no idea how this shakes out.
Bad.
But I don't worry. About it's one of those things where out of my hands, can't worry about it.
Okay.
There you go. What else is going on? It is tax day across the U.S. The IRS is promoting the alleged customer service improvements the agency has rolled out since receiving tens of billions of dollars in new funding, because there's no organization that needs more funding than the IRS.
Oh, of course not.
Anyway, from cutting phone wait times to digitizing more documents, the agency is trying to bring attention to what's been done to repair the agency's image as an outdated and maligned tax collector. Look, you're the IRS.
Yep.
You're a somewhat necessary evil. You're never going to change that image, nor should that be changed.
Right.
Okay, it's just not going to happen. I don't understand. Like, oh, we want to change our image.
Here's the thing. I got kicked in the ass on taxes last year, and I don't mean maybe. I mean, I'm talking
yeah,
Wolverine boots.
business owner.
I'm talking Wolverine boots, steel toes, and bam, right up the ass, right? This morning, being tax day and everything, I wake up, and do you get the email that says what's coming in the mail?
Yeah.
Okay, so every day you get an email that tells you what's going to be in the mail if you sign up for it. And there's a letter coming from the U.S. Department of Treasury, Bureau of Fiscal Services, and it says pay to the order of. You can see that through the little window. What are they sending us? And then I start thinking, is this a advertising thing? Because it's got.
It could be.
It's not. I mean, I looked this up because, what's the Bureau of Fiscal Service? I don't know. And then now I'm starting to think, is this a big check? Is this a check for 3 cents? What is this? Now, and so here I sit on pins and needles till the friggin' mailman comes by, wondering what this letter is.
I don't know. My brother-in-law, because he took over the family business, so I mean the stuff he gets, like I think I mentioned this a while back, that he overpaid on his taxes, and they penalized him for overpayment. It's like, here, we're giving you're getting some of this money back, but we're taking some of this because you overpaid.
Hey, dude, if I overpaid and they're going to take a pinch of that, fine. Take what you want. Give me back that other half.
First of all, you can make an argument this is all legalized theft anyway, but
it's not. I disagree.
Well,
you want your house put out if there's a fire?
Okay.
Seriously,
look,
that's what it means. If you're getting robbed, do you want a
all
cop
of it?
there?
Yeah. Oh, fine. Give us the fire departments and the police. What else you got? That's worth of shit.
Roads?
Zero.
Roads?
You got construction companies that could
How are you going to pay
probably
for it?
do that more efficiently than you could get. Individual villages to do that.
Yeah,
you could to supplement.
Let's get everybody in the neighborhood to chip in to get the road fixed.
You wouldn't
at
have
$1 million
to. You wouldn't
a mile.
have to. Okay, let's say you even included that.
National
Those
defense.
3 things.
Research.
Yeah, national research and development. How much? The trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars.
Yeah. Aid for the poor.
You think most of our taxes go to just those things?
I know our taxes go all over the world.
Yeah,
and they go to
otherwise
things,
you wouldn't bitch about it. You wouldn't bitch
about it. You know what I would like to
about
see? I would like to see people be able to decide where their tax money goes.
I think that's great.
I think that'd be great.
That's a great idea.
You know what? That's going to leave a lot of things that get nothing.
I've got the solution to that.
Tell me
charities.
Huh?
Charities.
Okay.
Charities to supplement 100%.
What if, on the other hand, I don't want to give any money to a charity?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Other people will step in and fill the void.
No, they won't.
Yes, they 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I think it's underestimated. And I know, like, again, because I've said this, we're capable of horrific things.
Yep.
Horrible, horrible things, and great acts of charity and helping out our fellow man. I think there is that impulse in all of us that is willing to help out where we can, that is willing to chip in when it's not a gun being forced to our head, which is essentially what taxes are. You pay this money or you go to jail.
Okay.
So yeah, I do think that part is in us, and I think that would work possibly better. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. I'm not an expert on taxes either. But I think when you see the ineptitude of the IRS and of how things run when the government is big time involved, how inefficient as it is. I mean, look no further than the post office or Amtrak or the IRS. But I've like I told you, I got a brother-in-law who's been dealing with this on top of all this other stuff that, okay, I've already been sent this and you guys screwed up. You sent me the wrong forms. All that happens I don't know how many trees have been murdered over all this wasted
Let me ask you this.
government comes in.
Wouldn't it be better for your brother-in-law to have an accountant?
He does have one.
Oh, okay.
He does have one. He's taking it over. She's getting a hold of like this is just a like why she's questioning it. It's like what the hell are they still sending this stuff?
All right.
Well, because you're a private accountant.
Go pay your
you're
taxes.
doing your stuff. What?
Go pay your taxes.
I do pay my taxes.
I said go pay them. It's April 15th.
They've already been paid. I already got a refund.
End of story.
So I'm all good.
All right.
Moving on. Actress Helen Hunt is coming to Michigan. Hunt will host a special screening of the 1996 film Twister next month in Novi. The screening is set for Saturday, May 18th, 8 p.m. at the Imagine Novi Theater. Hunt will also hold a Q&A session at the screening. Makes sense. We're in tornado season.
True.
A solid tornado film.
I would recommend all of the
maybe better than
meteorology
Wizard of
students
Oz.
go to see this and ask Helen Hunt questions about tornadoes because I'm sure she knows.
Yes, I'm sure she's got it. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like, is this something she's juiced about doing, or is this kind of like this is where I'm at in my career? The roles aren't coming like they were back in the 90s.
You know who I started to wonder about that last night?
Ew.
Zach Braff and that other kid from.
Oh yeah, the other guy, the guy from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
You
know what? Those national commercials though, those are really easy, and they have that chemistry that they've always had.
And Momoa's in it, and that's kind of fine. But I'm like, aren't you Zach Braff? Weren't you the second coming in Hollywood? You were writing, you were producing, you were acting, and now you're just doing spots. Okay.
And I also wonder how much of that is you get to a point where, okay, because they were both on, especially if you strike gold with a hit show that's on for a decade plus, like Scrubs was, or if you're one of the actors from Modern Family, or you name a Big Bang Theory, whatever, you don't really have to work. Your career is kind of made. Like financially, you can do whatever the hell you want. And some of them are like, screw it. I'll just do these easy commercials and chill out in my mansion and enjoy the beach.
I guess so.
I think that's.
Although
that's probably what I would do.
Let's go back to the Helen Hunt thing.
Go ahead.
I think I'll be there, and at the Q&A, I'll get up and I'll say, Helen, thank you for coming. I loved you in Is This As Good As It Gets? And at that point,
that was great.
That was a great movie. And she'll go, wow, he's deep. And then there'll be a meet and greet afterwards, and we'll get autographs and pictures and all that, because I know that film, right? She'll see me as death.
That was great. That was a really, really good movie. Yeah. Nicholson was great in it. Kinnear was great in it too. Helen Hunt was Helen. I mean, she's kind of Helen Hunt in every role. She's kind of like the female Tom Hanks from that aspect, where she's always Helen Hunt. Tom Hanks is always Tom Hanks.
Yep.
And there's something to be said for that. I mean,
Helen Hunt. We love Helen Hunt.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, sports. When you get doing sports, I got a question for you about sports.
Scotty Scheffler wins his second Masters on Sunday. The Pistons fall to the Spurs to wrap up their worst season in franchise history. They go down 122-95, 14-68. To put that in perspective, the Detroit Lions, counting the playoffs, won 14 games. Pistons won 14, all NBA season.
Okay.
There's
some work to do.
What?
There's some work to do.
More than a little, yeah. The Tigers beat Minnesota 4-3, improved to 9-6. Although they've lost 6 of their last 10 games, but they're still, they're above the Mendoza line there, above 500. So they're looking okay. Oh, and really quick for you,
yeah.
Before I was going to mention this actually off the air, but great Netflix comedy special Neil Brennan just put out. It's called Crazy Good. He kind of addresses his mental health. He's had a lot of mental health stuff, and he's taken some alternative treatments.
Oh.
And it's a really kind of fascinating, interesting. Because he's a guy that's like our age, except he's like a vegan version of us. So he's kind of kind of thin and whatever. But he's. I didn't find myself laughing out loud a lot, but it was funny and interesting, and it's something that's kind of up your alley.
I was funny and interesting over the weekend. I did
What's that?
I did the MC role for a comic out at MCC. And
yeah.
First line
How was
was
that?
how many of you guys are in here from out of town? A couple of hands go up. I said, good, Molly. Now you know who they all are. You can get them in the parking lot. So like you can, when they leave, mug them in the parking lot.
Right. Yeah.
That was funny.
I got the.
And then I told the story of me being an MCC returning student in my 30s, and I took a phys ed credit. And after the class introductions, the teacher said, we're going to do some jumping jacks now. And I said, yeah, no, we're not. I said, this is adult education credits. We're not really doing this, are we? Yeah,
so you were taking phys ed at like what, 32?
Yeah. Bad idea.
That is awesome.
Now you know why I don't sprint.
Okay.
So I flunked gym.
It all comes together now.
I'll save my sports question for tomorrow then, I guess. So
okay.
All right. Jeopardy for 200. New York City. New York City. There you go. You did it.
Mm-hmm. That was an old-timey reference to a
Yes, it was.
barbecue sauce commercial, I think. The hell was the sauce? I don't remember.
KC Masterpiece.
Casey Mass. Oh my God. Very good.
How do you forget that one?
I don't know.
That's almost like forgetting please don't eat all the morsels. God, you're bad. Talk about killing off brain cells. All right. 200, New York City. Gary Murphy, winner of the first race, up 1.576 stairs of the Empire State Building in 1978, was also the first to win this NYC event in 1970.
So it's NYC event. Was the first to win New York City Marathon, but that
congratulations.
Feels like that was it?
That's it.
Wow.
59,500.
The first New York City Marathon was in 1970?
That's right.
Doesn't seem right. That seems like it should have been way before that.
Well, what it seems like and what the reality is two different things.
Shocking.
So, shocking. I'm shocked. You're shocked.
Okay.
We're all shocked. And you know what else is a shock?
What?
It's Monday and the weather kid didn't do anything. So
of course not.
As we get closer to graduation, I get it.
Of course. All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.